What's going on, everybody? MetalBlade427 here, and I present to you Let's Play Mega Man Battle Network 2. In the last episode, we got changed up bad, and our lab has come under attack, so let's get going, because there's a lot of stuff to do in between now and when I finally end this, which who knows when that's going to be. Here we go! Mother of... So this is the mother computer. Man, no time to stare on the sidelines. If the mother comp is taken over, this country's finished. I know that. I won't let that happen. And no, we will not let that happen. So let's get up over here and check out these official net battlers. What are you guys doing? The security system has been damaged. A password has to be input or you can't open the doors. Huh? Hikari's son, what are you doing here? Please, let me help too. It's very reassuring having you here. But leave the battle to us adults. We'll show you the force of official net battlers. Come on, you all. We're off. Yes. Roger that. Jack in. And in they go with their fancy flashing styles, doing their, specific techniques, advances. The official beam, which is a chip I'd be very curious to see what it does. And yeah, it's 3 of them against a horde of viruses. And I'm gonna tell you, I could probably do that on my own. In fact, Land has done it on his own, so yeah, you guys just keep doing what you're doing. Good job. Alright. Fire that official De Barbarossa dangerous cannon. Another one that I'd love to see exactly what it does. Maybe that's program advance? I don't know. How about it? What do you think of us adult skills? Performed only like officials could. Yeah, good job. Good job covering that up, Land. The door's open. The door's opening. Whatever. We'll go ahead to follow us, which I am going to do. Now then. He's going to ask for us to join him inside, which we will do now. So here we go, guys. Let's check in. Alright, here we are inside of the Mother Comp. This is your official next dungeon of the game. However, I am not going to go through this dungeon right now in this episode because, like I said, something very special is going to happen after our first battle, which we are going to get into right now. We have 3 spiky 2s, and I wish I had better stuff in order to fight these guys with, but that's okay. So, Gutsman, go! We'll try to make this nice and quick because I have a fairly long thing to do afterwards. Yeah? What? Oh, man. Oh, boy. This isn't working out as well as I wanted it to. Come on, give me something good. You know what? That's good, and that's good. All right, we'll finish up right now. Ready? 1, 2, roll, go. I just want this battle to be over, because quite frankly, it's the after-battle effect that I'm looking for. All right. Give me my prize. A Heat V. And then... Here it comes. Huh? Lan! What is it, Mega Man? I feel strange. You look different. You're seeing a phenomenon called a style change. Dad, style change? All operators have their own particularities and natures. Navi's automatically evolved to reflect these Navi's automatically evolved to reflect this effectively. Hoi. This is called a style change. The data format is Heat Guts Style. Heat Guts Style. This is a fire Navi style ideal for buster attacks. Navis of this style have a strong buster and don't get knocked. Also, charge shots will turn into flamethrowers. Careful, though, you take twice as much damage from Aqua. Wow. Good job, Mega Man. Heat Guts Style. Wow. I can't believe how much heat power I can feel. You can always pick Mega Man from the menu and change style. Okay. Alright, so that's it! We got it! We got the style change, and our first style is Heat Guts. Awesome! So, time for me to go and actually explain style changes, and for that I put together this very interesting video. Guys, enjoy! Alright guys, here I go. It's time for MetalBlade427's Guide to Style Changes in Battle Network 2. Because there is a difference between the Battle Network 2 style changes and 3. Though they are similar in terms of their types and elements and everything, the way that they go about actually giving them the abilities is different between the two. So then, why don't we just go forward and I'll give you some basic information about style changes. First off, a style change will occur every 280 battles. As soon as you get out of your initial tutorial, you're going to start earning points towards your first style change, which you will get after receiving change.bat. After that, 280 battles later, you'll get another style change. Each battle you get into will earn points towards one of the 4 types. If you hit 280 battles before getting change.bat, the game will automatically just stop counting and won't continue the count until you get your first style change. Mega Man can hold up to 2 different style changes at one time, in addition to his normal default style, which is just standard blue Mega Man, no special properties, he is just who he is. You cannot choose what element you get. You can choose what type you can get, per se, well, definitely, but you cannot choose what element you have, and for that I will use the word per se, because this kind of a weird, thing that the game does with the elements that you can kind of manipulate in order to get what element that you want. So, what are the 4 types that you'll be working for? There's Guts, there's Team, there's Shield, and there's Custom. Depending on how you, the player, play the game will determine which one of these 4 types you will get when Mega Man goes through a style change, whether it be using your Buster, Navies, defensive chips, attack chips, things along that ways. That's how you choose your type. Again, the game will choose the element for you, and it has 4 elements to choose from. Heat, Elec, Wood, and Aqua, which are just the generic elements within the game. So when you style change, you will have a combination of 1 type and 1 element, which makes for about 16 different combinations, to which I will show you each one of them momentarily. There are 2 other styles in the game, normal style, which is your default style, and a special hub style, which you can't get until way late in the game, and is a special style that you need to do specific things in order to unlock, but it will automatically unlock once you get it. Now then, back to the 4 types and the 4 elements. As you can see, they combine together in multitude of different ways. You don't have to listen to mainstream media and think, oh, Heat Guts is the only good one, da 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 da. If you're a big fan of the Wood style, go for Wood Guts. Why not? If you like using a lot of chips, but you like stunning them with the Elec abilities, go for Elec Custom. You don't have to go for Aqua Custom. It's all in the way you play the game and in the way that things are given to you by the game. And by that I mean the element. And for that I'm going to now go over kind of exactly how the game goes about choosing your element. It's interesting in the way that it does it, and may sound confusing at first, but it's fairly simple once you think about it. Basically the way it works is, the first element you get in the game, your very first style change, is random from the 4 elements that are there. You can't choose it, it's just random. The second one you get is random from the 3 elements that are remaining over. And then your third style change is, the element you'll get is from the 2 remaining over. If that sounds a little confusing, I'm going to go through an example right now in order to kind of clear it up a little bit. But keep in mind, this is only about elements. This is not about the types that you choose on your own. This is just about elements. So, your very first style change you get in the game is random from the 4. Say the game gives you Heat. The second style change you get from the game can either be Elec, Wood, or Aqua, because you already have Heat. Say it gives you Aqua. You can save up to 2, so now you have 1 Heat and 1 Aqua style change. Your third style change you can get is either going to be Elec or Wood, because you already have Heat and Aqua. Say it gave you an Elec one, and you overwrote Heat. Your fourth style change will then either be Heat or Wood, unless you override it, and then it'll change again. So if you want Wood style based off of this little path here, it could take you a while, and from there on out, it could be a 50-50 shot before you finally get Wood element at some point. Alright, so here I'm actually going to start going over various types and elements that you're going to find in Battle Network 2 while you guys enjoy seeing video and images from the NT Warriors / Rockman.EXE anime. First, let's start with Gut Style. It doubles your attack right off the hop, so if you have a point on attack, it'll go to 2, 2 will go to 4, 4 will go to 8, etc, etc, up to 10, but your rapid automatically drops down to 0, so whatever you put on it originally is now at nothing. Mega Man also gains the Super Armor ability, which means he cannot be flinched, so strong attacks against him will not cause him to drop out of a charge or using a chip, but he can still be paralyzed. All types will level up based on how many battles you use that type in, so Gut Style will go up to level 2 at 120 and then level 3 at 240. This will directly affect how much damage your elemental charge shot does. Speaking of elements, let's move on to the first one. Let's choose Heat Element, which is immune to the lava panels that you'll find it in the game. It is weak versus Aqua, obviously, and Mega Man's charge shot is a flamethrower ability, which goes 3 spaces in front of him. At level 1, it'll do 50. Once you level up the type you're in to level 2, his charge shot will then do 75. And once you level up to the max of 3, his charge shot will do 100. So as you can see, based on what type you have, as it levels up, the charge shot will go up in power. Attack has no relevance on this. That is changed in Battle Network 3. That's not here. This is Battle Network 2, so it is all predetermined how much strength your elemental charge is based off of the level of your type. Hope that made sense to everybody. So now, say you want to earn Gut Style, which I would highly recommend earning it early in the game, just because it's easy to get in the game early in the game. Fire your Buster a lot. The more you fire your Buster, the more points will go towards you actually getting Gut Style. Also, using your normal charge shot will go towards Gut Style, not an elemental charge shot. If you're a Heat Element and you use the flamethrower charge, the game registers that as you using a chip, so it does not register as an actual charge shot. You need to go back to normal style and start using it. Plus, firing it off in custom gauge style will give you the most points possible, so I recommend trying to get Gut Style first, not only because it is easily my favorite style in the game, but because you use your Buster so much in the beginning until you actually get your folder where you need it to be, you'll be using, your Buster like crazy. So just fire off those charge shots, build up that charge ability, and go from there. Alright, the next type that we're going to be talking about is Team Style. What does this have to do for you? Well, it enables you to use up to 8 Navi chips in your folder at one time. For those of you that likes to abuse Navis, like me, this is actually not a bad style to get, but unfortunately that is the only advantage Team Style gets, is the amount of Navis you can use. It levels up fairly easily, 130 battles and 260 battles, so you'll have it at level 3 before you get your next style change, which is nice. But that's it. This is all Team Style does. It just lets you to use up to 8 Navis, which is a ridiculous amount in your folder. And yeah, that's really it. So then, why don't we move on to the next element, Elec, this time. Weak versus Wood, your charge shot is a zappering, and as you can see by the levels, it's kind of pathetic in terms of the damage. In my opinion, the Elec element is the weakest in this game. You are not immune to magnet panels, FYI, that is also 3. And it has the slowest charge in the game. Oh, it takes forever to charge up the zappering. Only advantage, you paralyze. That is the one advantage you have of using an Elec element, is that once you charge up the zappering, you fire it, you can paralyze whatever it is you're trying to hit and follow it up with some type of combo. So now, as I said before, if you're like me and you're a big fan of using various Navis and things like that, and you want Team Style, how do you get it? Well, you do it just in the way I say it. You load as many Navis as possible, and by that I mean just choosing them to go into battle with you. You don't have to use them in a round, you just have to bring them into battle with you. That's it. This goes for Team and Shield and Custom as well. You just need to load them into your customizer screen and bring them into a round for them to count and earn points towards this particular style. You don't have to use them, but you just have to bring them. Why wouldn't you use them? I don't know, it could be a short battle, they may just be there as just-in-case chips. I know I've had plenty of them in reserve, but you know what, it is what it is, and this is what I say, just bring them in the battle, and you're good to go. Next style type we're going to go over is, in my opinion, the second best, and some other people's opinion, the best in the game, Shield Style. First off, you start off with a barrier around you, which is a free one hit, which is great to have in most cases. Also, if you're very good at the counter ability, if you hit back B at the right time, you're going to put a shield up in front of Mega Man, which is pretty much the exact same thing as the guard stars that you've been seeing me use in my LP. Shield Style also levels up the fastest at 100 battles and then 200 battles, and quite frankly, all that defensive power and whatnot is really, really helpful. On to the next element, which is Wood Element. Weak versus Heat, obviously, but if you stand on a grass panel, you will actually be regaining health as you go along. Its charge shot, the Twister, is the strongest in the game, as you can see by some of the numbers, doing 80, 120, and 160 damage. It only hits the two spaces in front of Mega Man, so it's a one-space shot. But if you line yourself up using area steals and panel grabs and whatnot, you can do some devastating damage, especially if you're going up against any type of Elec, either Navi or Virus or anything like that. Great damage. You want to earn shield style? Use lots of defensive chips. This is another one that you could possibly very well earn first in the game because there are just so many recovery chips and guard stars and things along that ways in the game that early in the game that your first style could very well be a shield style. Actually, my first style when I did a practice, or my first style change when I did practice was shield style. So yeah, that's awesome, isn't it? Plus, taking no damage also adds points to it. So that's what you would do in order to earn shield style. You can get it first if you want to. Like I said, it's fairly easy. Otherwise, go for it later on in the game. And the last type and element we're going to go over is right now. The type is custom style. You start a battle with 7 chips instead of the standard 5, which is great for program advances and pulling off combos. And even though kind of unconfirmed, to me it seemed to work, and to some people it does, I truly believe it does increase your chance of getting a rarer letter chip when fighting viruses. It has nothing to do with Navis, but only when you fight viruses in this case. It's also the slowest leveling up of all the style types. 160 battles and then 320 battles, so you will actually have another style change before this hits level 3, which is a little obnoxious, but hey, whatever, what can you do? Final element is Aqua Element. It is weak versus Elec, obviously, but it has the fastest charge in the game, and your charge shot is a bubbler, which will hit the space and then the space behind it, doing fairly good damage as you go up in level. By fastest charge in the game, I mean if you have a full custom gauge, or an empty custom gauge to a full custom gauge, and you have full 5 points on charge, you can shoot off 6, 7 of these in one round easily. Just by holding charge, charging up fire, holding charge, charging up fire. It charges so fast, and if you're going up against a heat elemental guy, oh man, you could just wreck their world so badly. Level 3 will do 100 points each. Oh man, craziness. Alright, so you've earned pretty much all the other ones and you want custom style. Load lots of attack chips into the custom screen. Actually, just load chips in general. Specify attack chips, because that'll just go towards custom style, but the more you load, the more points you get as well. Also, using the add function will put points towards custom style, and using program advances will put points towards custom style. So that is how you earn your custom ability. So yeah, using these tips and tricks that I just said about here, pick the style you like and kind of go with it. Everyone has their own opinion, everyone has their own unique way of playing and ways that they like to do stuff in the game. So go with it, have fun, enjoy with style. And of course, where would I be without actually going over the last style that you could possibly get? Hub style! If you have no idea why it's called hub style, then you need to do some research, because I'm not going to be going over that right now. What I am going to go over is, point 1, how to get it. You need to S-rank every version 3 Navi at least once in the game, save the super boss at the end. Once you do that, once you accomplish that, you will then earn hub style as your next style change. No matter what the game has preset for you, you will earn hub style next after you've S-ranked every version 3 Navi. What do you get? You start the game with a barrier. You start the game with 10 chips. Back B for a shield. Your attack is doubled. You can have 8 Navi chips in the folder. Your rapid is reduced to 0, and your HP is halved. Yeah, you know what? There had to have been a downside somewhere in that, so you can no longer get a max of 1000 HP. You're getting a max of 500 with hub style, but you know what? It's okay. It doesn't matter. It's super powered anyway. Other notes about hub style come down to this. It does not level up. It is what it is. It does use the normal charge shot, and you can only get it once per game. Now then, these are element-specific chips that you can earn by versing your friends in net battle mode, and if you S-rank them, there's a chance that you will get one of these chips randomly. So basically, you need to be the specific element in order to use it. So you need to be Heat Elemental to use the Big Red Wave, an Elec Elemental to use a Sparker, Aqua for Freezer Bomb, and Wood for Gaia Sword. Any other element or style or whatnot will not be able to use such chips. They also come in normal style. These cannot be used by hub. I want to point that out. Cannot be used by hub. Only normal. But elements can't use these. Only normal style can use these 3 chips. Again, earned through net battles. So then, after all that information and all that given to you, here are some final notes for style changes. First and foremost, charge is the only buster stat that goes into effect when style changing. The higher the charge stat, the faster your charge shot will be. Fact of the matter, that's just the way it is. Attack has no bearing on the power of the elemental charge. It is all preset. Again, you can only store up to 2 styles in the game in addition to normal, and hump style can only be gotten once per game. If you delete it, that's it. It's gone. Gone forever. Nothing more. There is another note that I forgot to put in here, and that is, as soon as the game starts counting towards your towards your next style change, it has already chosen your element. It doesn't choose it the moment you go into a style change animation. It is chosen for it immediately in the beginning. And that's pretty much it. Go, have fun, mix and match to your own liking. Remember, it is all your own style. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It took me a little while to get everything together. That's why there hasn't been an update in about a week or so. Plus I've been doing a lot of other things, like moving and whatnot. But I hope it was informative. You guys may have learned something, and any other information I may have missed about style changes, I will explain as the series goes on. But here we are. He got style. Double attack, 1 rapid, just as I said. In the next episode, we're going to go through the Mother Comp, 1 through 5. It's actually a long dungeon, really annoying actually. And looking to see and fight back all the evil guys from Gospel and save the Mother Computer and continue our way through Mega Man Battle Network 2. So until next time, everybody, later.